Coming up next, right here under the hot seat, of course, is always got a great show lined up for you guys. And with some of the lineup that I do have, and I will be talking about going into WrestleMania 28, how do we feel about the show so far with some of the matches, and as well maybe some dream matches that we would like to see going into WrestleMania 28. And as well with The Undertaker, will this be his last WrestleMania? And as well his last match overall in the WWE and how we feel about that. And as well a couple of other topics that we will be talking about randomly and that I do have planned as well. So it is going to be one hell of a show that definitely you guys cannot miss. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And until then, you know what's next. Roll that intro.
You are watching the most interactive professional wrestling discussion show on the internet. WWE Impact Wrestling.
ROH Wrestling.
Pro wrestling at its finest on In the Hot Seat with your host, Fort Miners Project.
Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to this week's episode for In the Hot Seat. Of course, as always, we got a great show lined up for you guys. And as well, I am being joined by my guest at this time. Would you like to introduce yourself?
What's up, everybody? This is Preston Bear Money 2K.
Alright, it's a pleasure to have you here back on the show, and I'm going to kick things off here. And going into WrestleMania 28, how do you feel about the show so far with some of the matches that we do have?
WrestleMania 28, the build to it has been interesting. I mean, some stuff to me is already pretty much in place. I think Punk and Jericho is pretty much signed at this point. And honestly, I think that Elimination Chamber is going to be interesting because somebody's losing a title. And honestly, if anybody's going to lose a belt, maybe Punk. I don't know. I think people saying Jericho might win. That might be true. I don't know. But I think Punk and Jericho is going to happen regardless. And I'm pretty sure Daniel Bryan and Sheamus is going to happen at WrestleMania. I don't know what else they would do. I mean, Randy Orton, Sheamus, Cody Rhodes and Sheamus. I honestly think it's going to be Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. I really don't see what other WrestleMania main event they can have for SmackDown. And to me, Raw is going to be Punk and Jericho. So, to me, there's nothing else you can, really do. So,
Yeah, so far I've been enjoying the build and what matches that we do have as of right now. And so far with some of the matches, they have been seem to be, to me anyway, unpredictable to see who's going to win. To me, I think both champions are going to retain at Elimination Chamber and go on to WrestleMania. So that's the way how I see it. With that being said, is there any other matches you would like to see go into WrestleMania for any dream matches or anything like that?
Ray Del Rio is one I want for sure. Anything else is kind of Taker Triple H is happening pretty much as well.
Yeah.
By the way, liking the build to that. Keep that up. Everything else is just kind of, we'll have to wait and see, really. Money in the Bank is supposedly rumored for WrestleMania. I've seen nothing that is pretty much setting that in stone yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they're going to have on the card. I'm assuming a Divas match. Of course, Rock and Cena. Everything else is just kind of up in the air. I mean, we still got, a month and a half or more till WrestleMania, so lots of time left, so yeah.
Yeah, and we were actually talking about that earlier. I would like to see, hopefully, Rey and Sin Cara actually happen, but if that doesn't happen, that's perfectly fine by me.
To me, Rey and Sin Cara is just, here's my problem with it.
Alright, go ahead.
They need Sin Cara to fix his in-ring. He needs to not botch as much. And he needs a better... to me, Sin Cara has not had enough build to get Rey Mysterio. That is my opinion. The guy to me has came in and done nothing. He's came in, he's done whatever the heck he's done, and then he's, facing... he faced Hunico. That was cool. But to me, Sin Cara does not deserve that match yet. He does not deserve it. He needs a lot more stuff before I say, okay, you just have the Rey Mysterio feud. No, he needs a lot more build and a lot more time before he gets Rey Mysterio. And honestly, that feud's not going to happen anyways at WrestleMania because Sin Cara is not rumored to come back until after WrestleMania. Rey's not either going to come back until a month or two, but a month or so before WrestleMania or right after WrestleMania. So Sin Cara Rey is pretty much not happening at WrestleMania. It's pretty much just not. Will it happen next year? I think so.
Yeah, if it happens next year, I'd be fine with that too, and especially...
And here's my thing. It's Rock Cena. Rock Cena's going to consume everything. So I kind of want it to happen next year anyways. So.
Yeah. Well, I can understand your feelings about that, especially with the whole injury that Sin Cara has had as of late. So, with the build up going into that next year, it will probably be a lot more better. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with that. But with Rey and Del Rio, I think that would be a good match too, either way.
Well, to me, Rey and Del Rio has a lot more meat to it, anyways,
Right.
because
it will build a lot more.
It's got a lot better story. It's got a lot better
Yeah.
feud. Both guys can work well in the ring. I'm not saying Sin Cara can't work, but he just botches so much.
Yeah.
And to me, Del Rio and Rey, I like the feud more. I like Rey, but I like Del Rio more than Sin Cara in terms of just all around. And to me, that feud has a lot more feeling to it than Sin Cara. To me, Sin Cara is just like, oh, a dream feud. No, Rey and Del Rio's got a lot more, stuff behind it. So yeah.
Alright, so that brings me into my next topic here, going into more with WrestleMania 28, and going into The Undertaker, and how do you feel about going into his match and everything, and do you think this will be the last time you will see The Undertaker actually wrestling in the company in general?
I don't know. Honestly, that's what I'm just going to leave it at in terms of if this is going to be his last WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm kind of not wanting it to be, because to me, his last WrestleMania, he should be the main event. And he's not. I'm pretty sure they're not going to put him on last this year. So to me, he should go one more. I think he's got one more in him after this year. To me, Taker Triple H is going to be a last man standing. I really don't see another match type that they could give these guys. To me, last man standing will be an awesome stipulation to add to this match, since it's the third time we are seeing it at WrestleMania. But I think Taker Triple H, I like the build they're giving this. I like how Taker is, it's just, to me, it's a lot better than last year's, where they're just, hey, we're gonna cut promos until we get to Mania. No, that crap sucked. If Taker's gonna use smoke and mirrors, I love smoke and mirrors. So I think Taker's gonna do all kinds of stuff with Triple H. So I think it'll be good. So we'll have to see what happens. But I think that right now what they're doing, if they keep that up to WrestleMania, I'll love it.
Yeah, so far the build has been going really well, and I'm hoping that The Undertaker does not have his last official match this year. I kind of would like to see him have a match next year, and I would like to hopefully be at WrestleMania.
Next year's WrestleMania is... I think it's slated to be in Texas. I don't know where next year's is going to be. I think it's going to be either in Texas. It's going to be somewhere around there. I don't know where the hell it's going to be, but that actually is going to be announced this week, or this week, where 29 is going to be, and then 30 is in Madison Square Garden. So that's not even a question. But if Taker is going to retire at WrestleMania wise, I think it should either be next year or at 30. One of the two. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because actually I heard last anyway that WrestleMania is going to be either in New York next year or in Canada. I'm not really too sure where they're going to have it next year.
Canada's been shot down, from what I've understood.
Yeah. So
all I heard, they're going to maybe take it to Jersey. I don't know. WrestleMania next year is going to be all over the place.
Yeah, it's up in the air at this point. So wherever it's going to be, I'm hoping that maybe go to my first WrestleMania. I would like to see The Undertaker in his last match. I think that would be something to see in person. So hopefully I will actually get to witness that. So we'll have to wait and see where that's going to go with the plans as far as that for WrestleMania. But yeah, I am liking this match for Triple H and Undertaker 3. I think it's going to be one hell of a match. So, it should not happen, but...
To me, 28 has the potential to be one of the best WrestleMania cards of all time.
Oh yeah, no doubt so far.
It does. It has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
It depends on if they do it. Because, going into this WrestleMania, on paper, fan booking, all this, this card looks stacked as crap. Because, you got Punk and Jericho, which is just wow. And then you got, Daniel Bryan and Sheamus. To me, that's going to be a barn burner. You got Triple H and Undertaker. You got Cena Rock, whether I like that feud or not. And then you got whatever else they're going to put on there. I'm sure Randy Orton's going to be in something. Maybe Ray will be in something. I don't know. WrestleMania, to me, this year has a lot more going for it than last year's. Because last year's was crap. So I think this show will be a way better show.
Yeah, and as far as with how many matches that they have, it kind of reminds me a little bit more of WrestleMania 18, since that match card was really stacked and everything. So I think when they get a few more matches,
it's kind of funny because 4 of the best WrestleManias were right in a row. You got 17, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah.
All 4 of those WrestleManias are amazing.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to WrestleMania 28. It's definitely going to be a great WrestleMania so far on paper as it looks right now. Getting into the next topic here, and do you think Saturday night's main event should return? And how do you feel about that?
I like Saturday Night's main event. I think it's on ABC, which is a thing that I think is cool because getting wrestling out of the networks that it's normally on is a good thing. They do Tribute to the Troops on ABC, and they used to do Saturday Night's main event on ABC. Whether they should bring it back or not, it depends. WWE already has however many hours of programming a week.
Mm-hmm.
If they would bring it back like every once in a while, because I remember they brought it back in 06. They brought it back another year after that. And really, they haven't done anything else with it. I like Saturday Night's main event because it sets up matches you don't normally see on television, from what I remember. So, I mean, if they would bring it back every once in a while, I'd have no problem with it, and to me, it would help move stuff along and everything. So, I think they should.
Yeah, I haven't seen exactly all the Saturday Night main event shows, but from what I saw when they did bring it back, I thought it was a cool show where we had feuds continuing in there, and I think we saw some feuds actually happen there at Saturday Night's main event. So
I mean, the one that I know that I got with my WrestleMania 22 box set was the one where Austin and JBL had the bear shooting contest.
Oh yeah,
Shane and Sean street fight, which is an awesome match.
Yeah, that was great.
I think the one they had one year was it's on that same one. It was Ray and Cena versus Triple H and I think Kurt Angle. So it's some type of tag match. Maybe it was a handicap tag. I don't remember. But it's some kind of big tag match for the WrestleMania 22 main events.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think Saturday Night's main event to me, it doesn't hurt anything. It only helps the product. So if they bring it back, I'd have no problem with it.
Yeah, and if they can bring that back on the network that they're going to be debuting this year, I think that would be a good addition to the channel. And even to bring it back on NBC where it originally was there. So we'll have to wait and see where that goes. So I would like to see that at least happen every once in a while, like the King of the Ring. So I think that would be cool in itself.
Yeah, I think if they do it once a year or something, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Alright, so getting into one of the final topics that I do have here, and going back to another thing that they should bring back, at least in my opinion. How do you feel about with the Raw old school show with the one that we did have, and do you think it should return at least every once in a while? How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I didn't see the first one live. I've seen bits and pieces of it. To me, it's not that big of thing to me. I mean, yeah, it's cool to see the old Raw sets and the old ring and all of that stuff. But I mean, I'm not jumping out of my seat. Old school Raw. Holy crap, we're gonna see Sergeant Slaughter. Not nothing against Sergeant Slaughter, but I'm just saying like it doesn't matter to me. I'm just like I'm here to see who's on my television sets. Yeah, I love Legends. I love seeing people return, but people from like 30 years ago, I don't really care. I mean, I love Piper. Piper can return tomorrow, and I wouldn't care. But like most of the people that they bring back, I'm just like Mae Young or whatever. Yeah, Mae Young. Why? Just why? And like all the other people they bring back, I just don't care. I mean, to me, the only guys that they can bring back anytime I would have no problem is Foley and Piper. Other than that, doesn't matter to me. That's just me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I really enjoyed the first one, and to have it every once in a while and to switch things up.
I think you should do it every year. Like, the hell they do roulette and King of the Ring and whatever else they do every year. So why not do old school Raw every year? I think they should.
Yeah, and we could see like feuds advance into that or something like that, and just bring some old school matches and all that. So I think that would be really cool to have something at least once in a while. It doesn't have to be every year, but once in a while, I think that would be nice.
I think they should. Why not?
Yeah, and that brings me actually into my last topic here, and that's going into WCW, and kind of the same thing with the old school Raw. Do you think they should have that?
Oh, definitely. The WCW is what got me into wrestling, so I'd mark for that. Seeing DDP and Goldberg and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, if he was able to be there, that would be awesome. Especially seeing DDP Diamond Cut or somebody. Oh God, that's a dream. I've not. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So I mean, to me, them bringing back Nitro one more time, I think they should. It would be really cool. I mean, Nitro has been officially dead for 10 years now. It's been the 10th anniversary of the death of Nitro.
Yeah.
Why not do it one more time? I think, you bring back the old WCW sets, the old, the Nitro feel, the old metal guardrails, everything Nitro was.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back the old superstars, let them go in the ring one more time, and maybe incorporate some of the guys like Dean Malenko and Billy Kidman and Mysterio and Conan and too many WCW people to name. Some people that are TNA. Mm-hmm. Love to see Sting. That'd be cool. But I mean, if they had the resources to grab all those people and do it for a big show, make it 3 hours, I'd love it. So.
Yeah, and we've seen that actually in WWE 12 that they brought some old WCW guys into the mix with the storyline there. So if they can do something like that, or even have like a WCW One Night Stand like they did with ECW as a pay-per-view, I think that would be pretty cool.
To me, I love ECW, but if you can do it for ECW, why can't you do it for WCW?
Yeah, exactly. So I think it would be just as good like it was for ECW, and really something special for the WCW fans. So I think that would be really tremendous to have that they have that. So yeah, that's basically it with all the topics and everything. Is there anything else you want to add to any of the topics, or anything else you want to talk in general?
No, I think I've said everything I need to say.
Alright, so it's a pleasure to have you back on the show. I really enjoyed that. And be sure to leave a like, and be sure to comment on what we talked about with all the topics that we did have for this week's episode for In the Hot Seat. And until then, of course, as always, I will talk to you guys definitely later on. Peace.